Hello, fanboys and fangirls. It's your London Internet Reagan here, and recently the AP exam scores were released in July. Yeah, July, and I recently got mine. Well, I got it before, but haven't made a video about it yet. So I was going to tell you about the score, tell you my score, and tell you how the test was in general. Mind you, this is for English and AP US History, my APUSH. So I got a 4 on both, surprisingly. And I know that the format changed in terms of like grading it and stuff. So it's probably a fluke that I got a 4. But in terms of the exam itself, I think it wasn't really as difficult as everybody tried to make, as my teachers pushed it to be. Really, I think what made it so difficult and what so tasking is the fact that it's so long. It's 55 questions in 55 minutes for multiple choice, and then right on to 3 exams back to back to back for English, and then same thing for APUSH, except 2 essays. But whenever it came to the English one, I suggest whenever it comes to preparing for it, write essays. Like when it came to my teacher, Mrs. Jones, she had us write after a certain period, she had to write an essay literally every single day. Every day we wrote an essay on different prompts, and that really helped me in the end, because I automatically, I already had my idea for how I would have a plan, how I would have it planned out, the words that I would use. So if your teacher isn't having you do that yet, it's probably not even preparing you, to be honest. I really suggest that you do the essays, because I think it's pretty equal in terms of how it impacts your grade, I'm pretty sure. So if you do really weak on one, you gotta do extra good on the other, And then, and also when it comes to the 55 questions, it's really not as difficult as I thought it would be. Because, we didn't do much multiple choice until around the end of the year. But in general, it's kind of just like any other multiple choice section. I definitely suggest that you remember any terminology that your teacher gives you, in terms of, those literary terms and rhetorical devices, because that really comes in handy when it comes to pinpointing which is which, and terminology. I definitely recommend terminology, because she hammered that into us so hard. That sounded so bad, but she really pounded that into our brains, that the terminology, your diction, it has the flow, the syntax has to go with the flow, and it definitely helps. I have to say, I can write an essay like that now. And then also another thing, I wouldn't really worry about it being so long, you know what I mean? I definitely would give yourself a minimum, at least it definitely has to be a page. But for me, I kind of set it at 2 pages, at least have it 2 pages, or even 1.5 pages. But really, as your teacher probably told you, it's really about the ideas. Your ideas really have to be strong, along with your diction and stuff. Really has to flow, like I said. And then, so that's it whenever it comes to English. And now when it comes to AP US History, I'm surprised that I got a 4 on it, because we didn't really focus much on essays and multiple choice questions whenever in my APUSH class. It was really more about the knowledge itself, cause and effect, and periodization and etc. in the exams. Cause and effect, definitely, how and kind of how it repeats in history in a way, to show, kind of connecting the past to the present, to really show that you understand the effects that these amendments and these laws had on our country. So definitely recommend that whenever it comes to the essay portion. And also I also recommend you using you memorizing those history skills, I think they were called, and they was causation, periodization. You see, I didn't remember them, or at least they're in the back of my head somewhere. Skills that they taught you before, that's really important. And also what they say with the thesis being the main thing, that's definitely a big important thing, since the thesis is the foundation of your entire essay. Your thesis has to be good. Is that you definitely maybe find some review book online. I know I definitely had one that she gave us that literally went through all of the timelines that they cover. Timeline. I know what I did. I kind of after reading through my review book, highlighting and things like that, and kind of drawing arrows oh, this goes to there, I wrote a timeline out, remembering it for myself, oh, okay, this was in this year, this go on, it connects to here, etc., etc. Memorize the timeline. That's really important. And all the amendments and laws and stuff that end up having further effect in the future. Even if you're just the lazy type like me, and you just want to read through the review book, highlight it and such, and read it before you take your exams, then I think that would be good enough. Just refresh your memory. Definitely don't cram before, because I know I definitely tried, but I pulled out in the end. But the only reason why I really got that 4 was from you know, the knowledge that was rammed into my head from like those after school reviews that we went to, and like, you know, things like that. That is all. I hope that you do great on your AP exam for next year. Hopefully they don't change anything, so these tips will still be fresh whenever you take it for yourself. And I will see you in the next video.